Uh, so okay, so it takes the string and an argument, which is a number. So now we can't know anything about the arguments ahead of time. So thinking back to the earlier solution that we did with someone, we were just doing something like this. We were iterating through, and then we were using the map function, and we're basically returning string dot from char code, and then the letter char code at 0 plus 1. And then we were doing some checks to see if the letter was Z, then we were just making it A, and you know, generally simplifying it. But for this one, that method won't work because we knew we were getting 1 the last time. We don't know what number we're getting this time. So the classic Caesar cipher, and actually I think there's an answer on Wikipedia, but we'll go ahead and make one here. So do you want to start off, or do you want me to go ahead and type and explain?
If you want to go ahead and start.
Okay. So let's see. What do we know about our arguments? Punctuation, spaces, and capitalization should remain intact. So we have to maintain everything except for the actual values. All right. So the first thing that I would do is do something like var letter case equals, and we'll make an array, and the first element in the array we'll just call a dot char code at 0. The second one will be our uppercase A and a char code at 0, preferably not with an underscore. Alright, and then we'll just make another one called var which case, and we can leave it undefined because we're going to define it later. So now let's go down. So we can just do a simple test using some regex. So if it's not a letter, we need to actually go over our string, so we'll actually leave that there for now. So return string dot split dot map function letter. Okay, now we have something to test it against. So if it's not a letter, or if letter isn't A through Z or capital A through Z, then we'll just return the letter. Oh, and I didn't close my conditional.
We gotta add capital A through Z to our regex.
No, we don't. Not with the I. The I means ignore case.
Oh, yep. Didn't see that.
So we have that, right? And then we can do some simple modulo operation to keep it within range. So if you're trying to keep a number within a range, or if the easiest way to do it is determine the length of your range and use that as your modulo. So we want the letters to equal, for A to equal 0 and Z to equal 25. That gives us a range of length 26. So we're going to use modulo 26. That'll make sure anything, if it's 25 plus 1, it wraps back around to 0 and becomes A. So Z would become A. You know, and if for a +1, if it was +5, it would wrap around and become what, D. So so now we know that we should be operating on only the letters themselves. So if A to Z dot test letter and else, and I'll let you fill those out.
Is it char code?
Yeah, it's char code at
0.
yeah 0 because we only have one element. Now remember, before you modulo 26, you're going to need to put the range or subtract it so the letter is in the correct range.
So it's going to be subtracting it from this.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense.
Now, yeah. So just as a matter of style, this is why I did the which case. So, and actually we could do this as a ternary. So you could do something like this: which case equals, A to Z, right? Close that out. Dot test letter. Then it's uppercase, so it'd be 1, otherwise 0. And now you can just do a you can get rid of the if else here and just return the but now remember, we want to add the number to rotate it. Do it before your modulo, because adding is going to affect it, and then we still want to keep it within our range, right?
Yep.
And then
should probably put these in parentheses, because isn't it going to evaluate modulo 26 first?
I think addition and modulo are the same order of precedence, so I think it would evaluate left to right in this situation. But I do agree, it's always better to use parentheses to highlight what you're intending for, you know, which operation you want to happen first. And then we're missing one other thing. Well, we're missing two things, but the one. So go ahead and run that and see what it does with the.
First, we need to get this back into a string. We need to return these to their original Unicode values and then join them as a string.
Right. So there's a string method itself that will create you a new string, and it is called. Looks like I moved it. So okay, so you're joining it. That's good. So you can join it. All right. So up here, there's a method called string from char code. All right, and then we'll open that, and we will close it back there. Yep. Well, that's not at all what we wanted, right? So we're missing one other key step in this. So we subtracted letter case to drop it down so that either way it would be from 0 to 25. Now we need to add that back in. And remember, we need to use our which case in here now. So at the end of this, add your, well, it needs to be inside the string from, yeah. So add letter case, which case back in. Does it make sense to you why we have to add it back in?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm just putting parenthesis there. So segregate those. Yeah.
All right. So before you submit that, let me take questions from Twitch. I'm just asking chat right now what they want me to explain a little more in depth.
Now, I haven't actually used the map function before. That's just building a new array, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, map builds a new array. It won't modify your original array. Okay. People seem to be okay in chat, so you can probably submit that and go on.